so I'm not going to analyze them so much, but this game I will definitely analyze, because I'm curious what I did wrong in the opening, and I have to congratulate my opponent playing very well in the opening. You were better in the middle game, Lutonly. Okay, according to Fudur Kadal, h3 refutes the King's Indian. But I think you've heard me say that many times before. Yeah, g4 here. And here I'm never sure how to react to the move h5. This is, I guess, the first crossroad. How to react to the move h5 in this King's Indian structures. f3 is the solid way to react. I think it's a decent way. And here knight g3 is a bad move, allowing h4 with tempi, I think. So it's better to play something other than knight g3. Yeah, the computer suggests a simple bishop g5 with a pin. So I'm threatening pawn takes h5. The computer wants to go queen e8, so pawn takes h5 can now be met with knight takes h5. Or else if it was white to move, let's say, can I do this? Yeah, I think I can. Then I would have taken on h5 and been very happy. Was the computer after h5? Queen d2 and castles, I think, is the theory. At which point, queen d2 here. Wait, queen d2, giving up a pawn on g4, really? And then castling. I don't know, doesn't seem... I'm not sure if white has full compensation. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, but I think, yeah, bishop g5 is a much better move, not allowing h4 with a tempi. And here I need to be very careful of the idea with bishop f6, bishop g5. And to be honest, I don't know how to react. Now I'm afraid this position, if I don't do anything concrete, then white will have a much worse position, because black gets all their pawns on dark squares and white has them on light squares. The computer suggests a drastic f4, but in the long run this is very risky positionally, because now, yeah, the e5 square is very weak for white. Potentially the e4 pawn is a backwards pawn. Yeah, to be honest, I think this is very comfortable for black. After f3 knight c5, not after h5, I see. Queen d2 in this position, yes, that's also possible. Yeah, you're right, that is possible. Yeah, because here once black is able to get the dark squared bishops off, I mean the dark squared bishop is often a big problem in the King's Indian for black, because it collides into the e5 pawn. But if black is able to trade it off, then black should be doing quite well, as in this position. Yeah, f4 is very drastic, potentially very risky. I had a very similar game when I did go for the f4 pawn break and I was crushed. So I guess knight g3 is the bad move, allowing h4 with a tempi, and instead I should opt for bishop g5 or queen d2. Yeah, now it's starting to look... Yeah, g5, very good move, preventing the f4 break. And, oh, sorry. And then white, black is clearly better here. I tried to maneuver my knight to d3. I put a knight on b4 and then another knight on b5. I thought I activated my pieces a little, so I shouldn't be that much worse in this position, but still slightly worse, I felt. Like, very slightly. Okay, rook c8, very logical move, there's just defensive pawn. And here I thought knight a6 was strange, because I get to exchange of black's active knight on c5, so I was very happy when I was able to exchange of these knights. On bishop d3. And I thought my king would be better on g2, but I wasn't really able to put it there in time. Let's see. Yeah, here I thought black would have the very strong plan of knight f8, knight g6, knight f4, so I should hurry with something, which is why I went for the drastic move rook a1, with the idea of b4. The computer absolutely hates it, wow. Why does the computer hate it so badly? Let's say pawn takes b3, pawn takes b3. So far I don't see why it would be so bad. Because it claims that black will be able to take the control over the a file. Or is it claiming that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't see why it's so bad for me, guys. But I guess I'll have a... Okay, let's see. Why is this a big problem for me? I guess because black gets the a file. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not able. Black gets more control over the A file for sure. Yeah, C5 I was pretty happy about, because then I thought I have some potential here. And wow, guys, I missed a nice move. Knight takes d6, queen takes d6, c5. I simply didn't think of this. This would be incredible. The computer finds the resource b5, bishop b5 as well, making it even more incredible. Okay, very unclear position. Definitely a good resource to go for. I went for the primitive knight c3. But I think even here my position I thought wasn't that too bad. Though the computer absolutely hates it here. Yeah, and here I was very curious why black didn't take on c5. I thought this wouldn't be too bad for white, but I thought black would be slightly better here. According to the computer, it's not slightly, it's much. Yeah, why is this a problem, guys? Okay, queen b4, I guess we'll go king e2. Queen b2, I guess we'll go king e3. I'm trying to figure out why this position is so bad, guys. Why is it so bad? Okay, I guess, yeah, black has an active queen, and yeah, I'm really weak on the dark squares, but I didn't think it would be this bad, but wow. Yeah, rook takes c5 is very natural. Why didn't you play that, Luton Lee? Rook takes c5 is pretty natural with the idea rook c7 after queen takes c5. Because once you don't play that, then potentially have a very nice pawn structure. Now I thought they might even be better. Yeah, here queen e4 is what I wanted to play, but then I thought rook d8 wasn't so clear. Yeah, this bishop takes b5 stuff. Here queen takes d5. This I thought would be completely fine for black. I didn't see it, wow. But I was talking about this idea on the stream, didn't you listen? Yeah, knight e6, wow, very nice move. What's the idea? I guess after rook takes c6 I'm getting mated. Wow, guys, I did not notice I would be getting mated in this position. After the absolutely brilliant a3. But okay, how can a human possibly see this? Yeah, this is just too incredible. What is this move a3, like, honestly? So, I mean, the idea is, of course, that after queen takes a3, there will be queen c2 checkmate, but let's see what happens after king takes a3. b4, if king b2, then there's queen c2 checkmate, so you have to bravely accept the sacrifice. Then just rook b8, and after the king moves to the a file, you mate him with queen a6 or queen a8. Wow. Wow, guys, knight e6, such a beautiful move. The knight is headed towards the d4 square, or f4, probably d4 to be honest, but yeah, I mean, if I cannot take the knight, then black has really improved their position a lot. So this is a beautiful move, guys, unbelievable. Rook takes. So hot, such a sexy move, guys. Okay, but if black doesn't play it, then I'm pretty happy with the position. Queen takes b5, well, what didn't... Yeah, here I thought knight e6 would be a problem. That's what I was unhappy about. Threatening knight d4, but the computer says it's... Wow, the computer is simply ready to sacrifice. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I guess my pawns on d5 and c6 are just too strong, so I can sacrifice like this. I didn't think of it, guys. Yeah, but okay. Once I'm able to take on g6 and trade off all pieces, because, you know, my past pawns, they gain power the fewer pieces there are on the board, because then it becomes harder and harder to defend against the past pawns. Imagine if this was a pawn endgame, for instance, then my, let's say the black king is even on d6, doesn't matter, then I would easily just go king b2, king d3, king c4 and pick up this pawn. So I mean, the point is, I don't knight g6 I think is a bad move in principle, because it lets me trade off so many pieces. Yeah, of course, if black hopes to avoid an exchange of pieces, my pawns to get pushed even further. So my opponent went rook d8, but I think this my pawns just decide the game. And my opponent tried to play rook c8, hoping with to get counterplay with rook cd8, but after rook e4 he gets none of it, because I just would have pushed c7 here. His rook goes back and I capture on b4. This is why my passed pawns are so powerful. Yeah, the endgame is completely hopeless indeed, Lutonly. I mean, black's rooks are just so passive because of my passed pawns.